I'm here with assistant softball coach Carolyn Bray. Carolyn, usually we have the head coach on here, but Coach Miller kind of bowed out and said that she's going to leave this up to you. So welcome to the interview portion of the season, and it's hard to believe that softball season is underway. You guys have played 2 games already. Now you're heading into your spring trip to Orlando, Florida. Let's talk a little bit about the 2 games that you did play against Cornell. You're in the bubble, a little bit different kind of feel than maybe outside. What as a coaching staff did you guys get out of those 2 games?
It was a good way for us to just kind of get some of that first game jitters out. We graduated 4 starting infielders and a big presence in our batting lineup. So it was a good way to get some of the freshmen and first years in and just get them some experience. This is what Cardinal softball is like. And just, I think it's going to really help us when we do play in Florida because we'll be more prepared.
One of the things that you talk about a new lineup, a lot of different people, and really some people that weren't in the lineup that will be regulars. You did have 3 hockey players who weren't with you on that trip to Rochester. So even when you get down to Florida now, it's going to be another new look for the Cardinals.
Yes, we were very happy that we were able to score 16 runs on Saturday with only 3 people that were in our lineup last year in our lineup. So obviously we've got some good hitters. And like you said, once we add the 3 hockey girls, we are going to be prepared. We're almost to the point where we're still trying to figure out how we're going to balance all those players in the lineup. There probably will be a lot of lineup changes as the week goes on in Florida. And we'll just kind of experiment and see what works well. Let's
talk a little bit about the team as you head to Florida. Several returning players. You talk about the ones that you lost, but you do have some very talented returners. I guess on the top of my list anyway would be Paige Carter, who had a great sophomore season. Talk a little bit about the returners and where the strengths are with this team.
Okay, definitely. Well, the big returners will be Paige Carter, who will play center field and probably do some pitching for us. Haley Ohl, who's been playing first base for us, lefty slapper. Michelle Karn is a big presence in our hitting lineup. Kayla Peterson, our #1 pitcher on the mound, she'll be a big returner for us. And I'm sure there's people I'm forgetting, but our strength this year will be that we have a lot of players that can play multiple positions. Another one is Erin Stenseth and Nicole Olson. Erin has been playing outfield for us the last 2 years, but really she came in as an infielder and helped us out the last 2 years, but now we're looking to bring her back into the infield. And Michelle Karn's another example. She came in, we needed help in the outfield. She played outfield for us last year, but we will probably also be bringing her in. But it's a good situation where if we have the way the pitching changes happen and rotations happen, if we need to put these people back out in the outfield for a certain time, we're going to have the depth defensively to do that.
You know, you talk a lot about the people that did graduate, and really one of those that really stands out is Katie Gannon, starting shortstop for 4 years. She played every single game at short, and like you said, that's a big hole over there to fill in that you always had that, you penciled in the lineup, Katie Gannon was at short. That's not going to be the case this year.
Exactly, and I can honestly tell you we do not know our starting infielders right now, and we are only 4 practices away from our first game. But it's an okay problem to have because we're going to be able to play around. And like you said, you know, we lost Katie, we lost Mal, a big presence on the mound for us, Joe, a catcher, and Kelly, who was solid at third base. So we're going to have to find some new people to step up, fill in those holes, and we're kind of excited about it because some of the first years have really stepped up, taken that challenge, and are excited to show us what they can do.
You know, I know you don't like to single out first years right away, but in the 2 games against Cornell, Alex Rasky had a great start to her collegiate career, going 5 for 8 from that top leadoff spot. Something you expect from her all the time?
Yes, we expect Alex to be a good player for us, whether she's catching or in the outfield. We also expect Anna Ramble to be a big-time hitter for us. You know, she was a 2-time All-American at RCTC, and so we're excited about some of those additions. You know, Alex going 5 for 8 in that leadoff spot is giving us some questions on who we're going to lead off with because she also has good speed, and Erin Stenseth, who's been in our leadoff spot, has the ability to hit more long balls. She had quite a few home runs last year, so maybe we're moving her down to more of a power spot. You know, it's really, we're really just going to have to play it by ear. So.
You get to you know keep the smile on your face because you guys are heading to Florida, and when you're in Minnesota in March, it's nice to be able to say you're going to Florida.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about the trip. You're facing a lot of teams that you've never played before, which as a coach can probably be a headache as you're trying to get scouting reports put together. But what as a coach, what as a staff are you guys looking to get out of this this trip to Florida?
Good question. This is a brand new tournament for us, the NTC Games in Florida. We've been the last few years playing in California and Arizona, tournaments we're familiar with. This year we decided to get into this tournament because we've been hearing good results from other schools that were playing about this tournament. But like you said, we are playing 8 games against people that we have not played since Coach Miller and I have coached here. So we don't know much about them. You know, last year we went down and we played 3 games against ranked opponents, and we knew what we were going to expect. We'd seen these teams, and that was fun, and it was exciting, and it was great. But it's kind of, this year's working out well because we don't really know what we have from our team. So I would say we're less focused about our opponents right now than we are about just kind of figuring out what we have, our girls, our players, where we're going to play people. So this is probably a perfect tournament for us to get into, and it's been growing in popularity. There will definitely be other teams in our conference down at this tournament, just not the same week that we are.
You know, you talk about the softball portion of this trip and the importance of these games, but with that many new faces, even with the 3 hockey people coming on, how important is it from a standpoint of that building of team chemistry, because you do have so many new people in the fold this year?
It is a big strength. I would say, though, however, that our team has great team chemistry all the time. We really get a lot of compliments from our freshmen coming in that they feel like they fit right in. So I don't feel like this trip is necessarily as needed to gel our group together because they do a lot of stuff outside of softball right now. But of course it will help. It will be fun. Everyone's excited for it. And you know, it's going to be a good week away from school. And just it'll be a fun trip. They'll have fun.
Spring break in Florida for the Cardinal softball team. Good luck.
Thanks, Donnie.